Number 3, plan every day in advance. Daily planning is absolutely essential for you to double your productivity. You should practice the 6P formula for high achievement. This formula says, prior proper planning prevents poor performance. Proper planning is the mark of the professional. All successful men and women take a good deal of time to plan their activities in advance. Remember the 10-90 rule, which says that the first 10% of time that you spend planning your activities before you begin will save you as much as 90% of the time necessary to perform those activities once you start work. Always think on paper. Something wonderful happens between your head and your hand when you write out your plans in detail on paper before you begin. Writing actually sharpens your thinking. It stimulates your creativity, and it enables you to focus far better than if you were just trying to work out of your mind. Begin by making a master list of everything you can think of that you have to do for the long-term future. This master list then becomes the central control list for your life. Whenever you think of something new that you have to do, write it down on your master list. At the beginning of each month, make a monthly list covering everything you can think of that you will have to do in the coming weeks. Then, break your monthly list down into a weekly list and specify exactly when you are going to start and complete the tasks that you've decided upon for the month. Finally, and perhaps the most important, make a daily list of your activities, preferably the night before, so that your subconscious mind can work on your list while you sleep. Always work from a list. When something new comes up during the day, write it down on your list before you do it. As you work, you tick off each item as you finish it. This tracking gives you an ongoing sense of accomplishment and personal progress. Crossing off items one by one motivates you and actually gives you more energy. A list serves as a scorecard and makes you feel like a winner. It tells you where you are making progress and what you have to do the next day. According to time management experts, working from a list will increase your productivity by 25% the very first day you begin doing it. All highly effective people think on paper and work from written lists. Number 4, use the ABCDE method to set priorities. This is one of the most powerful time management techniques for setting priorities that you'll ever learn. And the beauty of this method lies in the fact that it is so simple and easy to use and apply. The key to doubling your productivity in any area of your work or at any time of your life is for you to select your most valuable task and then for you to discipline yourself to work on that task until it's complete. All of time management revolves around helping you clarify in your own mind the most important thing you could possibly be doing before you start. The way that you determine your highest priority at any moment is to think about the potential consequences of doing or not doing a particular task. A task that is important is something that can have major consequences if it is done or not done. All highly productive people think continually about possible consequences as they plan and organize their activities. With the ABCDE method, you make a list of everything that you have to do before you begin. You then go through the list carefully and put one of these letters next to each item on the list. An A item is something that is very important. This is something that you must do, something that has serious consequences for either doing it or not doing it. Put an A next to every key task on your list. A B item is something that you should do, but it's not as important as an A item. There are consequences associated with doing it or not doing it, but they are only mild consequences that don't last for very long. A C item is something that would be nice to do, but for which there are no consequences at all. Phoning a friend, going for coffee, reading the newspaper, or chatting with a coworker are all things that are nice to do, but they have absolutely no consequences for your career or for your success. The rule is that you should never do a B item when there is an A item left undone. You should never do a C item when there is a B item left undone. You must be very disciplined about this. A D item is an item that you delegate or outsource to someone else who can do it pretty much as well as you. The rule is that you should delegate everything possible to free up more time for you to concentrate on your A activities. E stands for eliminate. These are items that are of such low priority that you could eliminate them completely and it would make no difference at all. Sometimes the disciplined act of eliminating low-value tasks can simplify your life and free up enough time for you to accomplish those tasks that have the greatest possible consequences for you. Once you've applied the ABCDE formula to your list, go back over the list and organize your A tasks by priority. Put an A1 next to your most important task, an A2 next to your second most important task, and so on. Then begin immediately on your A1 task and discipline yourself to stay at it until it's finished. This simple ABCDE formula alone will double your productivity. Number 5. Separate the urgent from the important. Everything that you have to do during the day can be divided into one of 4 categories. These categories are determined by designating your tasks as either urgent or not urgent, and important or not important. The first type of task is both urgent and important. This is something that you have to do immediately. It's a job that is in your face. Urgent and important tasks like important telephone calls, meetings, customer calls, and emergencies are almost always determined by other people. They are vital requirements of your job. You cannot put them off without causing serious problems. Most people spend all day long doing things that are both urgent and important. The second category of items are those that are important but not urgent. These are the items that usually have the greatest possible long-term consequences. These are items like personal renewal, upgrading your knowledge and skills, physical fitness and exercise, and spending time with your family. An item that is important but not urgent is an item that can be put off until later. But it is also the kind of item that can have the greatest possible long-term impact on your life. Tasks and activities that are not urgent but important sooner or later become very urgent indeed, like a term paper in college or a report for your boss or one of your clients. The third category of tasks are those items that are urgent but not important. These may consist of telephone calls, co-workers dropping in to see you, casual conversations about what was on television, and so on. You may engage in these activities at work, but they have no effect on your success. Many people actually delude themselves into thinking that they're actually working when they're doing things that are urgent but unimportant. This, however, is a great time waster and a real killer of careers and future potential. The greatest time wasters of all are those activities that are neither urgent nor important. These are completely useless activities. These are things that you do during the day that are completely irrelevant and have no consequences at all, like reading the newspaper, calling home to see what's for dinner, or going shopping. They contribute nothing to your company or to your personal goals. The key to doubling your productivity is for you to spend more time doing things that are urgent and important, and then working on activities which are important but not urgent at the moment. You increase your productivity by refusing to do things that are not important at all, because it simply doesn't matter if they're done or not. Always ask yourself, what are the long-term potential consequences of doing this task? What would happen if I didn't do it at all? And whatever your answer, let it guide you in your choice of priorities.